It is submitted that the petitioner filed a review petition which was rejected by learned single judge, against which the petitioner has filed a special appeal defective number 402 of 2013, which is still pending. He submits that in view of the aforesaid, the order of punishment has become final, which includes the recovery of the amount and which is sought to be recovered by a procedure provided in the rules, which is retrospective in nature. The procedure and the method of recovering the amount does not give any substantive right to the petitioner, on the basis of which he may challenge the recovery proceeding. Shri Shrikant Shukla further submits that in pursuance to a public interest litigation filed in Lucknow bench of this court, an enquiry was made with regard to serious irregularities in shortage and distribution of food grains, in which an investigation was conducted by the Special Investigation Team of the state government, and in which these godowns were also involved. Large scale irregularities have been found in the investigation. Large quantities of food grains were found to be transported through trucks, whereas the registration number of the vehicles were found to be of scooters and motorcycles. He submits that the court should not interfere and relegate the petitioner to file an appeal, and that since the petitioner has not submitted adequate security in compliance with the orders passed in writ petition number 5799 of 2011, the writ petitions be dismissed. We have considered the arguments and find that the departmental inquiry was conducted in gross violation of principles of natural justice, which are incorporated in the Model Conduct Discipline and Appeal Rules 1992 applicable to the corporation. Though the charge sheet was submitted prior to the retirement of the petitioner and the inquiry could have continued, the charges of lack of administrative and financial supervision would have required a detailed inquiry in which the petitioner was required to participate. The inquiry report was not served in the petitioners. Out of 36 charges, only charge number 7, 14, 20, 23 and 36 related to financial irregularities, on which the findings are cryptic and vague. The disciplinary authority has merely reiterated the charge and the finding of inquiry officer without discussing the inquiry report and the reply given by the petitioner to the charge. We have looked into each of the charges and find that in none of the charges the petitioner was held responsible for misappropriation, misutilization or embezzlement of the food grains or the property of the corporation. The allegations in the charges were with regard to lack of supervision and control and in failing to carry out regular inspections. There was no immediate report of any shortage in the godowns. In the special audit report of the year 2004-5 dated 9 January 2006, it was found that there were some discrepancies in the stock in the godowns which related to the period when the petitioner was posted as in charge of the godowns. Over.